What's up guys, Doxta King here today to play some Call of Duty Black Ops 3 because, well, I'll explain that shortly. I titled the stream Call of Duty Black Ops 2020, please be great. Or please be good. Because, man, they need to nail it after what Infinity Ward did with Modern Warfare. Let's play the Giant. The reason I chose Black Ops 3 was because if you played Black Ops 4, you knew that multiplayer was good, that Blackout was fun, but Zombies was just, it was abysmal. It was bad. It was really not good. But if you played Black Ops 3, you knew how fantastic the quality was throughout the season. Like, Setsubo Noshima, I didn't like it. But even then, it had its moments. But most Call of Duties have at least one map that's kind of just like, whatever. But this had so many insane maps. Like, we had the Giant, Shadows of Evil, Setsubo Noshima, Gorod Krovi, what was the last one? Revelations. And then we got Zombies Chronicles, so we got like all of the maps of the original crew. Some people are like, oh, are we gonna get Mob of the Dead? No. I kept saying it. I'm so glad it was right that we were not getting that map. We got Kino, we got what did we get? We got Kino, we got Ascension, we got Shangri-La, we got Moon, we got Origins. I think that's all of them. I might be forgetting one. But I'd be thinking those are all of them. And they really were all just a knockout. They were so well done, those remakes. They were fantastic. This map specifically was how you remake a map, you make it new, but you do it right. This is obviously a remake of Darius, which they've remade like a couple times now. Only thing they redid wrong was
Damn it, Richtofen, I thought we were done with
was the Easter egg song. They botched it. It sounds so bad. I don't know why they changed it.
Only a fool would dare to change history.
But the cutscene is so awesome, and you're just really invested in the story. When this first came out, when this leaked, and you see Richtofen come out of the teleporter and shoot Richtofen, it's just like, whoa, what the heck? This is nuts. This is crazy. This is like, what's going on? I want to know. I want to play it. I want to find out what's happening. And oh man, like I was so invested in the story. It did go downhill a little bit because of the Dr. Monty stuff. It could have been better, but like, man. Black Ops 4 came, and they completely botched it. They killed off the original cast. They killed off... They freaking erased the Black Ops 2 cast. Like, they got Thanos snapped from existence. It was so weird. I don't know why they did that. So anyways, the rumor is, for Call of Duty Black Ops 2020, that it's Treyarch working on it, which I don't think there's any way that could even be disproven at this point. Like, that's just a fact. It's not even a rumor anymore. But Sledgehammer and Raven are working on a campaign, and it is, I think it's Cold War based, or... Well, I think it's Cold War based. I'm not positive, but it's meant to be a reboot, kind of, to the series. Not a reboot, a prequel, but it is just called Call of Duty Black Ops. There were back and forth on the name. Like, it was going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but man, that would have been a really long name. Like, really, really unnecessary. Just call it Black Ops. That seems to be what they're doing. I was saying for a while that I don't think or that I didn't think we would be getting zombies again in this entry, because they screwed up, and they know they screwed up on zombies in this last game. Like, I'm confident that they know that, because, like, the quality went down. The team was shifted over to work more on multiplayer and Black Ops. Sorry, not Black Ops. Blackout. Than working on zombies. And you can tell the quality shifted when the cutscenes weren't in engine. They were these weird cartoon things. Like, they looked terrible. I really don't know what they were thinking with it. But, like, this overall story was just a huge middle finger. Ooh, boy. It was a huge middle finger to the fans. Like... So Nikolai was the one to lead the group in the end. Instead of Richtofen, there was a shift when... Like, I don't understand why they came to that realization that Nikolai should be the one to lead them. I guess he was the way to end the cycle of them just, like... It was a constant cycle, that's what it was. And he was the one to end it. But he ended it by poisoning everybody, and I mean everybody. He poisoned the original crew, he poisoned the new version of the original crew, like Richtofen, Dempsey, Takeo, and Nikolai, all poisoned for the original crew. And then he poisoned the new one's crew, and had, I'm just gonna buy a gun. He had, Eddie and Samantha just shoot him. Also, Richtofen OG came back to life as a zombie. Probably because of how things ended in Black Ops 2 Buried. Yeah. Because he was a zombie in that. It was just a mess. It became a huge mess once they did all the cosmic stuff with the, with those dudes. I can't even be bothered to care. I don't remember their names. But, like, it just became less interesting, and it just... They made the world too big. And obviously you kind of have to blame Black Ops 3 for that, but even then, a lot of Black Ops 3 handled it pretty well. Because you really didn't see Dr. Monty until Revelations? Did you actually see him at all throughout this game? I don't really think you did. I don't think you actually saw him physically until Revelations. But, so there was a big leak for the game recently from Exclusive Ace. I have it pulled up on my phone so I can talk about it a little bit. I'm just going to read off the list. So 2020 game is in fact set during Cold War era, which... Yeah, good. I think a return to Cold War is good. Because they've been going this kind of futuristic route, but also modern. Like, Black Ops 3 was really futuristic. And then they kind of toned it back a bit, but they still made it pretty fun. With Black Ops 4. While still kind of keeping it futuristic. Game is actually in a good state with MP maps almost done. That's been the worry, because normally Call of Duty games are revealed in May, and we're in June, almost July territory, and it's really, like, that really worried me, especially if they were going to be working on zombies. My biggest hope is that we only have 1 or 2 maps. Do not have more than that. Do not have 4 maps again at launch, because Black Ops 4 had, wait. Black Ops 4 at launch had 9... Voyage of the Damned, Classified, and Blood of the Dead. The best maps were remakes. They were not new maps. I do not care, and I'm not going to pretend to care for the new cast. I don't think they gave me a good reason to care at all, and that sucks. I think that I could have. I think I really could have cared. Maybe if they tied it in at least. I don't know. But it was just bad. It was so unbelievably boring and bad. And also, they didn't even have a ray gun or anything like that. That's what's so, like, wonderful about zombies, is the ray gun and the wonder weapons. We didn't get anything like the ray gun until the second or third map. The one in the mansion. The one with the werewolf enemy. But they didn't carry that weapon across the maps, which they absolutely should have. It's beyond me. Like, that thing was great, and there was no splash damage as far as I remember. It's been a while since I played it. But them launching with 4 maps was a disaster. Classified was the best map of them all. That was the one that was treated with the most respect. So I give them credit for that at least. Blood of the Dead was almost great, but they had to expand on it so much that it kind of ruined it. Like, you start off in a new area. Oh my gosh, I have so much to say about Black Ops 4. You start off in a new spawn area, and then you have to run across this bridge, and it's just like, oh my gosh. If you're not playing on an easier difficulty and you're not going across on like round 1 or something, it's kind of just like, what the hell is this? Like, this is just not fun. This is just bad. The rest of the map was well done. The Magma Gat was cool, but it was really only just the starting area that I have an issue with, because I hate how big the map became. Like, it makes it so much worse to traverse. Like, it was already very big, to have to go all the way across. For them to add that extra stretch was just like, no. Like, there's shortcuts, but it was just bad. But Classified, all it really added, like, it added some extra rooms a little bit, but, like, it didn't make it feel so bloated in the size of the map that, like, going across it was a hassle, because it really didn't change that much. It was just, like, literally extra rooms in the White House. Sorry, not the White House, the Pentagon, and it was really well done. They changed where the pack punch was, which was a nice little twist, I guess. It's fairly easy to access, but overall they didn't change what worked. They actually improved upon it, if anything, because they got rid of the Pentagon Thief, and the Pentagon Thief, if you played 5 in Call of Duty Black Ops, it got rid of... When the Pentagon Thief grabbed you, you would lose your weapon, and that really blowed. But if you could escape him and kill him, you got a free perk, and that was really cool. But I don't think it was worth the fight. I've always been a believer in that Call of Duty Zombies is about hellhounds.
Is this need for payment something from
and they just kept trying to introduce new things, and there were so many things that were just like, wow, this is bad. Like, if we ever got another Ascension remake, okay, I'll join him, but do I join him? I'm like ranting a lot right now. I'll join him.
I feel more alive.
Hello? Oh, shoot. I'm not going to be able to hear him through this, am I? Give me a second. Oh, I need to fix this. Playing on easy, but you're getting the same amount of experience, and you're probably going to get further in the map too. And the game doesn't even tell you that people are playing on the easiest difficulty when they're getting a high round. Oh, shoot. Oh, poo! Two bad things at once. He disconnected. He disconnected and this disconnected. Was I ranting too much? That's possible. Maybe I should go back to reading off the list for what's happening with the next Black Ops. Campaign is fully playable state, but not all animations are complete yet. That's not surprising. But that's good to hear because oh boy, I forgot. I need to buy a new weapon. After Black Ops 3's campaign, you really gotta hope. Oh, I'm gonna screw it up. I don't have a quick revive. I just realized. I'm gonna go buy that. I'm gonna buy my perks in general. Probably gonna buy the classic ones. Oh, that was another thing they botched. They botched the perk system. Being really bad today. Oh, that sucks. They really ruined the perk system. There's no more, like, it's a small little, there's a lot of just small little things that add up. Like, there's no jingle from the perks anymore. And I think that, holy shit, that made it special. And what made Zombies special just kind of got watered down by just a lot of things. Like, it was so nice just going up to the machines and just hearing, if you want to get up, you need a little revive, do 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 do. I don't know, they just did a lot wrong. Like, I don't know why, there's not even Jug. Like, they had some perks. They made it so that... Oh, shit. Shit. I'm not playing this very smart right now because I'm on round 11 and I don't have very good guns. Oh, my God. There we go. Oh, fuck. That sounds about right. Well, at least I have the Wunderwaffe. And at least I bought Quick Revive. I should change my clan tag to not Ruby. What was I going on about? The perks, yeah. So there are just a million different kinds of perks. But I just want it to be basic. Like, is that really too much to ask? Like, it was very... You weren't getting a lot of diversity in what people were picking, and that's why Treyarch decided to change the perk system. But why change something when it's not broken? Like, really? It was working. It was fine. You didn't need to change that. Them adding new perks was really... It was nice. Okay, get out of here. I'm just going to buy a Quick Revive because I can't actually afford these other perks. Yeah, why change what isn't broken? A lot of people would just, yeah, choose what I'm doing right now. Jug, Speed Cola, Double Tap, Quick Revive. But then they would add new perks, and sometimes you might think, oh, I'll do this or that. On Ascension... That's the hardest map to decide what you want to use for perks. Because you had PhD Flopper in the original Ascension. We got a remake of Did we get a... Where did we get a remake of Ascension? We got a remake of Ascension in this. I gotta think about this. Yeah, we got a remake of Ascension in this map. But instead of PhD Flopper, you had Widow's Wine. But... Oh my gosh. In Black Ops 4, with their millions of new perks that just are kind of pointless, we got PhD Slider, which was cool, I guess. It was a way to bring back no splash damage, but still have that explosion. But I want Dolphin Dive back. Like, I understand the mobility of Call of Duty now being about running and sliding and stuff, but like, maybe you do need to slow it down a bit. Maybe you need to go back to basics, because I remember being in high school and like, people would just like shit on COD and be like, oh, Battlefield, that's the shit. Because you don't get like a yearly entry. You don't get new ones like every friggin' year. Look where Battlefield is now. We got Battlefield 5, and that was an atrocity of a launch specifically. But people would shit on Call of Duty for coming out every single year, and the quality would dip, or at least in their opinion, the quality would dip. It wouldn't, though. It was... They would say it's the same every year, so it's just repetitive and it's bad. But we got Modern Warfare... We got Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, which arguably was a dip. But to be fair, a lot of the people left and went to make Titanfall 1 and 2, and those are fantastic games, as I'm sure many of you would know. And then, wait, what do we... Modern Warfare 3... Black Ops 2, and then Call of Duty Ghosts. Like, Infinity Ward, definitely the quality went down when some of the developers left, and it really hasn't been the same until this past year's entry of Modern Warfare. They had to return to that series to get it right. And even then, there's times where it's not the best. But Gunfight, holy moly, you guys knocked it out of the park. What's the point I'm trying to make with this? The thing that was great, and just about these games, coming out so soon, back to back after each other, was the fact that they were so similar. They were just doing things right, but they were still doing them the same. It's when you start to add stuff and change things, you can ruin what makes it special.
Ah, are you talking about zombies still?
I am talking about Call of Duty in general, but I feel like the way I'm talking about it right now is very similar to how I feel about Halo. I haven't read your text yet. I was going to read them after the stream.
It's pretty lengthy.
Yeah.
Basically, long story short, I have a few takeaways. One, he doesn't have all the facts, but what he says about how it affects gameplay is not necessarily true. In part, it definitely is. It makes it a lot faster and completely changes the experience for some players.
Yeah.
And the gist of what all my texts come down to is, I think there should be at least 2 independent playlists or something. One that is a more classic experience that would get the people that just want to keep playing Halo 2 and 3. And then one that sticks with all the new features. Because the problem with what people are saying is, yes, they want to remove a lot of people say they want to expect from the game, and they've done that in every Halo game. They've improved the gameplay experience, and less people play it. But it changes the game so much when you add the mobility that I think if you just have 2 playlists, maybe you can appeal to people at both stages. Because Halo 3, Halo 2 are undeniably fantastic games, and they're still so fun now as casual and party games.
Yeah.
It just doesn't appeal to the grind. So I can sit down and play a new Call of Duty or a new Halo game for hours and hours, hours a day for a couple of weeks. It's no problem, but I'm just not for as long of a time. I need to like take a quicker break, if that makes, because I've exhausted the mechanics that are in those games, like the old Halos, the old Call of Duties. They're fantastic, but after a while I get kind of bored of it because I've done so much of that one thing, and
Oh wait, did you disconnect or did you just stop talking? I can't tell.
I just stopped talking like
Okay.
5 seconds ago. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know. With
I know what you're saying,
history,
but like, then you're going
yeah.
to eventually have an issue with the player base being split.
No, that's what they have now. That's the problem they have now, is they have a split player base
Yeah.
across not
Collection
just
in
multiple
5?
games. Yeah, the collection in 5, but not just the collection in 5. The collection 5 and Warzone in 5, and then the party modes in 5. And then also the collection. Whereas if the next game you have a classic playlist, a party playlist, and then a like ranked playlist or another social one that uses the new mechanic, then I think you have four groups of players, which is split, yes, but that's a lot less split than it is now.
Yeah.
It's just so split right now. If I go into Master Chief Collection, it doesn't matter what playlist I look for. It takes me too long to find a match, and when I do find a match, it's not an even match. There's the matchmaking. They can't possibly get fair game or so few players in a given playlist. And the same thing in Halo 5, unless you get to the very top of either of the games, where you're playing against the people that are playing all the time, it just is a massive disparity between the different players. You've got people that are just jumping on to play one, people that's what they're doing, like, all the time.
Yeah.
But you're playing against each other there, as opposed, like, there just aren't enough people that are across that spectrum. I don't know.
It's the same argument that Activision has been having about not making multiplayer
exactly.
for Modern Warfare 2. And it's like, I get it, but like, I still want it. Like,
Yeah, but what I want the old Halo experience for is the same thing I was not the online experience, because I played those games into exhaustion, and then I want a new experience to grind away. I want those games for the casual custom game experience, to play with friends, to do party modes and stuff.
yeah.
I don't want to go back to Modern Warfare 2 and try to do game battles or anything like that. Everybody's played their fair share of that. Everyone basically got to max level. People didn't stop playing that game. It was bad by any means, and they didn't even stop playing it because of the new Call of Duties. They stopped playing it because they got bored of it eventually.
Yeah.
Because I was still playing Modern Warfare 2, several Call of Duties in, and I was having a great time still with that game. When I finally did stop, it was the end of the line, and I think it was similar for most people. And the same thing with Halo 3. People were still playing Halo 3 when Reach came out, when 4 came out. People were still playing that game, and I was one of them that was still playing Halo 3. I was also playing a lot of Reach. I didn't play as much 4. But now it's like, okay, I have fun with it for a while, and it's really fun to play with friends. But I wouldn't jump in and try to do a ranked grind to 50 or anything.
Yeah.
Same thing with Call of Duty. Like, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was probably... That one and Modern Warfare 2, like, for a lot of us that are our age, those were the games we had the most fun. We're not going to jump in and play those as much as we used to. It just doesn't have enough in it to keep me interested for a long period of time. I usually only play 1 or 2 games of Call of Duty 4 at a time right now, because I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember this experience, it's great, but I've had enough of it, and I just needed to remind myself what it was like for a bit.
I know there's always an argument about, like, new content for, like, people hate it when they just get remakes over and over of old maps, but
Yeah.
for me, it's like, I like those old maps, and when I'm playing the new Modern Warfare, like, there's times where they'll have a new map, and it's just like, they've struck gold. But playing the old maps generally lately, I've been having more fun on those ones than their new maps.
Like the
And
remakes.
the remakes, yeah.
Yes. With maps, I found Activision. I don't know who does the actual map design. I'm saying Activision in general, just because Call of Duty is always with Activision, no matter who's in charge of
Yeah.
that. I don't fully know who would be in charge of map design. They've gotten really lazy, and that was one of my biggest complaints, and many people's largest complaint with Black Ops design, is they were all the same.
All 3 lanes.
And yeah, it was just the 3 lanes, and there wasn't too much elevation change or anything like that. And that's okay. I really enjoy that, but I understand that maybe you should have more diversity in the maps. That problem in Black Ops 4, it didn't start Black Ops 4. That started in, like, Call of Duty 2.
Yeah.
It just eventually gets the same thing over and over and over for hundreds and hundreds or thousands of hours.
Mm-hmm.
And so with Modern Warfare, they really branched out and went more for a natural feeling maps as opposed to these 3 lanes. And I
Yeah.
think that's good. It just feels very different.
They did that, but, like, it's so much more open of a game.
Yeah,
That, like, there's
it
so
feels
many more
like
places.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
Not the new Battlefield games, not 5.
No.
But it feels more like the classic Battlefield
Yeah.
maps, close quarters and stuff. But they feel more natural like that, instead of it being really obvious where you're gonna want to go. Because in Call of Duty, even in like Modern Warfare 2, which is probably most people's favorite, I'm gonna guess, it was really obvious there are these 3 or 4 spots that you're gonna want to wait for the enemies in these choke points, and there's nowhere else they can go. They have to come this way. And that has the appeal of forcing fights and engagements, but at the same time, it can get annoying when you feel like you just keep running down that one alley and you're just hoping that you get the lucky headshot on him before he kills you. Oh, goodness. That creeper almost got me.
Oh, yeah. In Minecraft, a creeper blew up outside your house.
Yep, I saw that. I was like, what happened here?
I spawn in and I immediately get, like, hit by a creeper. I'm like, okay, wow. That was great. That was fantastic. Oh.
I saw that. It kind of wrecked my path a bit. I was like,
Yep.
what happened?
I played it again,
It wasn't
like,
a big deal.
the next day I played on my phone, and it was a big mistake trying to run away from a creeper, because it blew up outside my house.
absolutely.
I'm just never touching that game again on my phone.
I logged in on my phone, and
Oh.
it was an immediate realization that this was a mistake.
Yeah. You just can't fight them.
because yeah. Even when I went back on Xbox the other day, I was just playing a bit to show my friends, and it's like, oh my goodness, this is way harder to react to certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if I played on the phone all the time, it would be fine.
Yeah, if
Like, I'll
you're
get-
used to it, but still, it's just better on mouse and keyboard or controller. So there was a big Call of Duty leak, like a proper leak, because there was a video, but Activision seems to have gone after this guy's channel, so he had to take down his video, and he had footage of actual gameplay of the game, like newer gameplay.
Did you see it?
No, but because he didn't actually post that, but there was arguments about whether it was real or not. But do you know who Prestigious Key is?
Yeah.
He asked the guy for some footage, and he said, "Yeah, so it's definitely real." And there's just this big leak information just all about the game, and so there's Zombies campaign multiplayer, and it is alongside Warzone. I had seen some back and forth on that, whether it would be Warzone or it would be Blackout, and I kind of wanted it to be Blackout
Oh,
because
I don't mind if it's Warzone or Blackout. I don't care which one of those two it is.
yeah,
But I'm glad they have zombies. I know you didn't want that because you wouldn't think they had enough time.
if it's one map, it's fine. If it's more than one map, it's maybe going to be an issue. If it's more than two, it's definitely an issue because they
Like
put out
at
4
launch, you
maps. Yeah, at launch they put out 4 maps, and it was like, what are you doing? It's ridiculous.
I only really played, I think, 2. Like, I played a lot of 2 of the launch maps. I don't think I really liked the other 2. I don't remember. But, yeah. The thing is, when Black Ops 3 was happening, and there was all that zombies experience, even now, you can see reflected in the price of the Zombies Chronicles work
Yeah.
and money went into that. And so if they're just trying to bundle it in for the regular price of a game, a ton of zombies content, and they're not making that like a DLC kind of thing, then it's not going to go well because there's no way they have the resources to just spend on that and make it good without charging more.
When Black Ops 4 DLC was in development, they had to split the teams more because of supporting Blackout. But with the 3rd and 4th Zombies map, you can especially see that the quality dipped because they didn't even have in-game cutscenes. They made these weird cartoons, and they just looked terrible, in my opinion. In comparison, at least.
I'm
to the
I'm
other
okay
ones.
with that kind of a thing because sometimes I like that kind of a thing. Makes it a little more arcade-ish.
I guess,
But-
but if you want that, play Infinite Warfare.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Here,
And I like that experience too. It's just completely different, and you have to think of it as a different experience. You can't think of it as part of the Zombies series the same.
Yeah, we'll go over the list of things that are happening for the game. So 2020 game is in fact set during Cold War era. So that's been
Nice.
rumored forever, and the title was rumored to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but then the logo came out and it was Call of Duty Black Ops, and then Activision was going around copyright striking a bunch of people that were using that image, so it's obviously real. Game is actually in good state with MP maps almost done. That's good to hear because normally they reveal these games in May and we're almost in July. I don't know when this game is going to come out, but it's definitely not going to come out in October like the last 2 have. I'd imagine it would come out in November with the launch of the new consoles or something.
Haven't they done that before? Or
What?
no? Like
Have
a
they done
November launch? Has that never happened before?
They always did November, and then the last 2 are
Yeah.
October.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Activision. Oh, no, what am I reading? campaign is fully playable state, but not all animations are complete yet. Not super surprised by that, but also it doesn't say it here. I don't think. The campaign is apparently being worked on by Sledgehammer and Raven, because their game that they were going to release this year was not going well. Activision didn't like how it looked, so they just sent them on to work on this game for Treyarch and moved it a year forward. Although there are also reports that they're working on a Call of Duty,
like a free to play, right?
They're working on a free play for next year, so that'll be interesting if that's true.
I have no problem with that. Yeah, that's fine.
He says there will be a new map for Warzone with 2020 in game, and says he has seen an overview of the new Warzone map. Making an entirely new map, that'd be interesting. Specifically,
Hey, though.
if it has
Like one map for a new game, but you keep Warzone and then update Warzone. Like you can take weapons out, kind of like Fortnite. You know, just take stuff out.
just rotate it.
Yeah.
As long as they have like points of interest similar to Blackout, where it's like, oh, I found fucking firing range, like having that kind of area in the map. Unless they just want to make it entirely new, which I guess would be fine, but it would be cool to be able to visit old places.
Yeah, I like being able to see old places. I really like finding firing range and going exploring it the first time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Standard minimap is back, similar to previous Call of Duty games prior to Modern Warfare. What's the minimap like right now?
I thought they added standard minimap to Modern Warfare once enough people were excited about it.
I think it's similar to how it used to be. Like, when it came out, it was a lot different, but I think it's similar now. I don't know. Even with standard minimap back, there's also a compass, which was introduced in Modern Warfare. So, I guess they'll
They were
also
going
have
for a
something
more
similar.
realism state.
Yeah. Swimming mechanic returns, and there will be water in MP maps alongside water in the new Warzone map. I don't really care about that. I think the swimming is kind of just like, I don't really need it.
I like
guess
it in
it
Black
doesn't.
Ops a lot.
It doesn't.
Like in Black Ops 4, I liked the swimming. In Black Ops 3, I did not.
Yeah. It can. I don't know. It feels forced at times. Like, I don't really want to fight underwater, but I guess it doesn't really ruin it or anything, so I can't really complain about that. Unlimited Sprint is back.
Here's the thing that I really like about the water fights in Black Ops 4 is there are lots of times when I am sprinting and I know I'm not going to be able to turn and gun the guy down, and I run and I jump off of something into the water and dive down to get away. That kind of thing, I think, adds to the gameplay a lot.
Yeah.
But in Black Ops 3, I found there were too many instances where navigating required, which I didn't like.
Yeah.
It should be like an option, not a require.
I guess I
Hey,
say
go
what
ahead.
I say about it because I played a lot more Black Ops 3 multiplayer than Black Ops 4 multiplayer. Because actually, that's not true.
You played a lot now, of Black
It's
Ops.
equal now. Yeah, it's about equal. I'm right about to hit that Master Prestige for multiplayer.
Oh, yeah?
So that's not true. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm like
Nice.
Prestige 10 something. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Where's this list? No interact doors in regular. Mechanics stay in Warzone. Wait, no
That's fine.
interact doors in regular.
Yeah,
okay.
so there are doors in the new Modern Warfare that you need to open, like
Yeah.
in Battlefield.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that either way.
10
I think
MP
maybe
maps
have them
are
in the
apparently
news.
developed so far. More
10
probably
10
in
maps.
works. Yeah.
Enemy shield turret on the
Treyarch
field.
style maps. One map is very small and a boat.
Enemy
Wait,
cluster
what?
strike
One map is
incoming.
very
Take
small
cover.
and a boat on the Black Sea.
Enemies halfway there. Strip it off.
Tank, which is the map that was shown in leaked gameplay earlier. Oh yeah, I have seen some gameplay, but it's like alpha development, so it's like extremely early.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing to take.
Capture and defend the hard
Oh,
point.
yeah, that's
Any
all.
moves you follow.
Oh yeah, so no specialist, but a field upgrade-like feature returning. So that's big. They didn't have that Black Ops 4 style system.
I really think that.
Enemy Wilson.
I think it was a nice way of separating the two Call of Duty types, or at least if you look at it that way, of Modern Warfare versus Black Ops series. But I don't even know. Like, it's okay. I know a lot of people don't like it. Niche particularly doesn't like it.
I find
But-
that most of the complaints about it are lack of clarity about exactly what's going on, and it feels random to people. Even though it's not, you can't predict what's going to happen. It's just, it's so different that it feels like a bombardment of stuff is going on. Like, there's always something going on.
Imagine if these games just started doing like... Okay, so we get Modern Warfare, and we get Black Ops. And then what if next year, they just did Modern Warfare Year 2, where the base game for the first version becomes like free, and then you have to pay for new content or something. Like, just a way to support those games, and not
Enemy UAV overhead.
split the community quite as much. I don't know, just like some way to continue those games properly. I feel like they could do something at some point, like what Destiny's doing right now, where instead of just making a Destiny 3, they're going to continue, but they're going to vault just some of the content that isn't really played
Get ready. We're about to
or
move.
isn't as popular.
Taking the lead.
I feel like Activision
Reloading.
just needs to look outside of their own realm. It's the same reason we're getting an Overwatch 2. They don't need to make an Overwatch 2. It doesn't make any
I don't
sense.
think Overwatch 2 makes sense. One of the games that Overwatch is trying to like a yearly release
Hard
or
point
anything like
secure.
Yeah.
that. I don't think they need to try to add something. I want to keep playing Sunlight, Turned, and Unlocked, and I want to give things to work.
They are doing that, though. You are able to continue all your stuff from the first game, but you have to pay to get new content, I guess. And it's so weird how they're doing it, because like you can play a lot of the maps in Overwatch 1 with people in Overwatch 2, and I don't understand why. Like, that's just...
Then what's the point of a second game?
I don't know, other than making new content and a campaign story.
Then it should be a new game. It
Yeah,
should be new content.
it's just weird.
It's up.
Like,
It's
I know the game's been out since 2016, and maybe you're just trying to find new ways to make
Well,
money,
we're
because
on-
Activision's about making money.
yeah, that's true. But money, and they're on their 10th season of the same game.
They just need to keep trying to find new ways to make money that don't ruin the experience, like
Yeah.
pay-to-win guns. Like, holy crap.
Well, he makes almost all of his money off of.
Yeah.
So Overwatch wants to do this. If they want to do the same thing, all they have
Enemy
to
cruise
do
missile incoming.
They make really good skins.
Reloading.
add
Yeah.
more characters and some skins
Hard
for
point
them.
secure.
Will it's a good game that they're playing a
Allied
lot. Will
cruise
pay.
missile away. The enemy took the hard point.
And they've been doing
Hard
that.
point, let's go.
They are still doing that. They just did that
Doing
with,
it way-
UAV overhead.
yeah,
Compared to what I would expect, though.
for sure. And I think that's because they're like, oh, Overwatch 2. We'll transition to this, and
Yeah,
that's
when
where all
I
the new
when
stuff
you
will
told
be.
me
But
about that,
Enemy
the
precision.
first thing in my head is okay, they've given up, and they want another go. Like,
All out. Reloading.
that's the part where I feel like they've just given up. Unless they're gonna try again, or they're pulling a full-on Call of Duty money grab.
it's just Activision. They can't be trusted.
And
Because, like, they're under Activision now. I don't know how long they've been under them, but it's like, that's the problem. That's why Bungie leaving that deal and getting to take Destiny with them was a huge deal. Like, that was a big deal that they could just take it with them. They could end the, like, 10-year contract they had early and just continue to make Destiny 2. They outright said that they shouldn't have made a sequel. They should have just... They wish that they had continued the first game and just added new content on top of that. There's a lot of reasons why that would have been great, especially because Destiny 1 on console was 60 frames. Destiny 2 on console is 30, and it's not good. I've been playing on PC, and it's way better.
There's, as soon as you add a second game, it adds this new problem to a lot of players, and it might seem small, depending on your perception, but to me, it's a big barrier, and that is, I need to buy a new game and install that and go through a new tutorial, learn the new stuff as a separate game. And now I have to have 2 games on my hard drive or 2 discs or whatever. Yeah. Even if it's a free game, that's a barrier. Like, for a long time, I wasn't playing Fortnite on my PC because I didn't want to have Fortnite installed and PUBG installed and a bunch of other stuff if I knew I was going to play one more than the other. And I'm like, okay, well, it's too much. I don't want to get into a new one. I know that's not like 2 games in the same series, but it's like it's a big barrier. If I can just keep playing the same game, maybe it changes a lot, and maybe eventually it changes to the point where it's almost like a whole new game, but it's incremental, and I got to learn it along the way, then I have no problem with it. That's great. But a whole new game, that's a big barrier. And then you also end up splitting your player base, especially for a game like Destiny, where it's like an online sandbox, play it together kind of stuff.
Domination. Capture and hold the objective. Securing Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha secure.
I think this is just completely unrelated, but well, actually, it's not really, because we're kind of going back to the skin talk. Modern Warfare skins, a lot of them are really great. Like, I've bought 2 skins with actual money in the game, and it's kind of just a meme for the ones that I'm buying, but I really wish that this game had inspect. Like, I can inspect my guns when I'm just in-game. Nope. It doesn't, so I can't fully...
I inspect my gun.
I can't. In Modern Warfare 2020, or 2019, I can't inspect my gun.
What? What was I playing recently where I inspected my gun?
Black Ops. I don't know. But, like, I can inspect my gun, so I can't see the full design of my weapon.
No, you can't.
I looked it up. I can't find a way to do it.
Reloading.
Feel free to figure it out for
Am I
me.
just thinking...
I think you're thinking of something else. I don't know what you're thinking of. These guys suck. I'm playing Modern Warfare now.
Oh, you're playing Modern Warfare? Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to talk and play zombies at the same time because I was not giving enough attention, so I just kept going down.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. There's still more on this list I should read.
Yeah, go ahead.
He says that you get 1 piece of equipment to choose from.
Friendly sentry gun deployed. Get those positions. We're being
Like
dominated.
grenade,
Capture
claymore.
Bravo.
Yeah. Score streaks will return. What is Modern Warfare? Kill streaks?
Allied cruise missile away.
Modern Warfare kill streaks? I think it is.
Taking Alpha.
Yeah, it is. It is. What am I talking about? There is no dead silence in the game at this time. It's not a perk. We cannot confirm how footstep audio is right now.
Friendly care package inbound. We've lost Bravo.
150 health, similar to Black Ops 4. Has auto heal.
No! Oh, that was an incredible mechanic.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That's actually bad. I don't like. I don't like that they're
I
changing
still,
that.
when I play Modern Warfare, I still try to heal myself with LP.
I do heal myself. I have that on. I have a stim
Oh, really?
pack. Yeah. I have it on my character right now. LB. I love it. Yeah, that's a fantastic thing. I don't like that. No. Damn it. I like having damn.
Securing Charlie.
It
Create a
adds
class.
so much, like deciding, can I stay in this fight or do I back off and heal?
Yeah.
Assist your team at
And that's one of my favorite things was like, if I'm confident I'm better than that guy, sometimes I won't heal and I'll
Get
just go
those
for the
positions.
quick
We're being
headshot.
dominated.
But as soon as this auto heal, it's like, okay, well, I just kind of do it.
Yep.
Securing
Okay,
Bravo.
Create a class is unique. Hybrid between Pick 10 and Classic. No gunsmith.
Yeah,
Class 6v6 with standard player count. There is no gunfight mode, which you wouldn't really expect. Well, I wouldn't expect
I
gunfight.
wouldn't expect it. I just loved it.
Yeah, it's fantastic, but I also hope that...
Securing A.
Okay, there might not be a gunfight
Heist.
mode,
Maybe it's a
but
heist.
that's my point, yeah. Hopefully we'll get heist, or maybe they'll just make their own version of gunfight, or something similar, but different. I don't know. They've been making... They made new stuff in Black Ops 4 that was great. But
Gunfight is probably still
Enemies
my
halfway there.
favorite
Step
thing.
up. Be advised. Friendly
recent Call of Duty.
We've lost
Oh,
A.
okay, yeah. There is apparently a mode event that takes place on various sections of the new
Taking Alpha.
Warzone.
Stand by.
That's interesting.
We've got Alpha.
I'm a little bit confused by that, but okay. I also don't know how that would work for the menu system. That sounds weird.
Friendly UAV
Yeah,
online.
new Warzone map apparently takes place in Russia.
Huh, okay.
That's all the information right now. But Jason Schreier formerly from Kotaku was saying that the reveal still might not be for a while, but he did say that after the PlayStation event, which was like, but I don't know when they're gonna reveal this thing and when it's gonna come out. Like, part of me says I wouldn't be that surprised if somehow it didn't come out this year, but they probably need
Halo
to
Infinite
put
is
it
hard.
out. Actually, it is coming out this year. Halo Infinite is holiday. Yeah, Halo Infinite is launch of the Xbox Series X.
Team at Alpha.
Yeah, so that's gonna be November. I was gonna say COD might not come out this year, but that's not right because they said
Friendly
they still have a
precision
third
airstrike on
game
the way.
coming out this year
Friendly care
because they
package
have what do they have? They have Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk, and it would have to be Call of Duty. Unless they were just like Modern Warfare 3. Although that'd be embarrassing if that was the reveal. Although we're probably getting that soon too, anyways. It's done.
Don't even care about that.
It's done. Like, that's been done for a while. Modern Warfare 2 campaign, that was done for a while. They were just sitting on it. The reason those games exist is because Sony, the exclusivity contract, they just said, we'll pay to have this made.
Friendly
Oh, wow.
people jet hunter.
So,
Securing Charlie.
that's the reason those exist. Yeah. Modern Warfare 2 campaign is really good. Remastered multiplayer.
We've got support helo in
I mean, that's what I care
We're
about.
holding
but-
Charlie.
Yeah, it's so much fun
Enemies
back in
have
the day
Alpha.
playing
Assist your team
multiplayer.
at sea.
I had a blast
Securing
playing
Bravo.
Survival
Get
Mode
those
Modern Warfare
positions.
3.
We're being dominated.
That. Oof. Oof, my
We're
goof.
holding Bravo.
Loved it.
Friendly precision airstrike on the way. Securing
I didn't
Alpha.
play it that much of it, but I played it enough of it. It was one of the things that was it's really fun. It's like a fun couch co-op thing.
We're holding
I didn't.
Alpha.
Okay, what? Okay, Modern Warfare 3 came out after Black Ops, before Black Ops 2. Yeah.
I was playing
Taking
more
Alpha.
of Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Black Ops, and Modern Warfare
Securing
2.
C.
It was a nice change for me from zombies. Like it was something a little bit different. Just,
You're holding
I don't know. I had fun playing that. I played it quite a bit.
You're needed
Then
at B.
when I've tried to play it recently, I've kind of just been like, I already played this. I don't really feel like I need to play this again.
We've lost B. Allied cluster strike. Enemy UAV overhead.
I am desperately waiting for this Copperfield.
Taking Bravo.
I'm enjoying Modern Warfare still, but
We've got Bravo.
Treyarch is my shit. Did you update?
I updated
Enemy
them
personal
for these
radar
ones,
online.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's all I'm playing. And my other one plugged in just because it's around, and then I forgot that one of the power bricks was broken. So it's been like plugged in, not really, because it's had a broken power brick.
Friendly care package
Yeah.
inbound.
Wait, yours had a broken power brick, or hers did?
Allied
Well, it was
cruise
the one
missile
from,
away.
that you gave me.
Yeah.
Hostiles at Bravo.
Yeah,
That one.
That one, but I didn't remember which one was which. Because I moved
Okay.
both
Friendly shield turret
Xboxes.
deployed.
And then,
Yeah. Well, one's a day
You're
one
holding
edition.
two. We have the Allied cruise
Yeah,
missile
it's
So
away.
you
like-
should say
You're
something
needed at
about
Bravo.
it, but
You're needed at Bravo.
it should say
They
something on
look,
the
they
back.
look the exact same.
I think it says something on the back. I don't know. But
I know that Xbox. I know which Xbox is which. I just didn't know which power.
oh yeah, okay,
Got
that's
Bravo. Check your fire. Team at B.
I might actually switch and play a little Call of Duty. I've been kind of just jumping back and forth on two
Get us together. We're not
for a while
finished
now.
yet. Lost Bravo.
I got more netherite last night. I got like 10.
Oh, did you upgrade all your gear yet?
No,
Or are you
I've
gonna save it?
only
Enemy at the office.
I've only done a sword, and I named it Puss Slayer.
Friendly
I think I
precision
have a couple
airstrike on the
extra,
way.
but I don't have any need anymore because
It took
I should.
so much effort. It took so much effort getting that stuff.
Oh, I got it all
Lost the objective.
like the first day. I just went and I went until I got it. You were working on your forest, and I was just getting netherite.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you for watching. YouTube.com/DoxyKing, Twitch.tv/Doxy.
Don't
Subscribe
forget to
for
hit the
more.
bell button.
Yeah, hit the bell button so that you can get notified when I stream, because that's how I do this. Also, I played really badly, but I've been playing on PC, and I've been used to that. Also, streaming usually makes me play worse. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye now.